What's up everyone, Adam from FWCI Collector's Edition here, and today I will be reviewing and unboxing the WWE Elite Cross Street Fighter action figures from Mattel. This is the Ultimate Warrior as Blanka and Rey Mysterio as Ryu. First of all, if you're not subscribed, please do help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and if you leave a comment with the hashtag #GiveMePsyLocke, I will put you in the draw to win the Psylocke and Thanos 2-pack once I hit 1,000 subscribers. We're so close. Get on it. I will give it away. I'm dying to give it away. So let's start off by having a look at this packaging here. I mean, I love the 90s style artwork on the side there, the arcade style packaging. And we saw some Mortal Kombat figures recently with the same kind of packaging. The Street Fighter Jada toys have the same kind of packaging. So 90s arcade nostalgia is very popular right now. On the back here, we've got the Ultimate Warrior, just 3 figures in this wave. It's Rey, Ultimate Warrior, and The Rock as M. Bison. I just wanted to get these two. This one is actually a gift for a mate, and I will be keeping the Rey Mysterio. But I like that they've put on here a special move for the Ultimate Warrior. I'm guessing, that move would have to be the bouncing off the ropes, hitting the splash. That's my guess. And then we got that picture again on the side, and obviously Warrior in the box as Blanka posed beautifully. And for those trying to preserve the box, it slides out the bottom very easy. So my first thoughts out of the box are that I really like this. I mean, this is the Jada Toys Blanka, just for a bit of a size comparison. They're actually about the same size, but yeah, obviously the Jada Toys one spends a lot more time in a more of a crouched down kind of pose that Warrior definitely won't be able to get. But the paint on this looks great. I love that toxic green. That's really the color green that I wish the Jada Toys version of Blanka was. That theirs is a little bit more brown in it. Even the brown shorts on there, they look really good with this particular color palette. I like the red knee pads with the yellow. I like the orange on the shins with the tassels. That's very Ultimate Warrior. And then the tassels around the arms are that kind of like darkish red with a bit of yellow in there as well. And then they've just painted on the hair on the arms, and then they've sculpted that luscious mane onto his chest. And obviously the head looks great, that bright orange hair. It's somehow Blanka and still as Ultimate Warrior as he could ever be. So the tassels actually come off of the knee pads, and by the looks of things, you can twist them around, so technically they're articulated. So that'll be fun for some photography. He comes with a couple of fisted hands, and he comes with these open claw hands as well, and these effect pieces that just clip onto the wrist. These are really interesting. I don't think I've seen like Marvel Legends or Jada Toys do anything quite exactly like that. It's a pretty innovative sort of way to give somebody a bit of an effect piece, and I appreciate it, especially for Blanka. And as you can see, here are some glamour shots of Blanka and the Ultimate Blanka fighting and exchanging rest holds and delivering high impact maneuvers. Now, I got these figures from Rob's Wrestling Collectibles. If you're in Australia and you like buying odd wrestling figures that have weird releases, then I recommend checking him out on Facebook. Rob's Wrestling Collectibles. I've got these figures from him, and I also picked up the Scott Steiner Ultimate Edition from him as well. So shout out to Rob. So if we go over the articulation here for these WWE figures, if you are unfamiliar, they're fairly good. You've got the pinless double jointed arms, you've got the legs which are usually pinned on these. I think this one might be as well, I don't know. Underneath the knee pad anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You get a little bit of movement in the abdomen there, waist, thigh, and they do have a boot cut as well, but this one's a little bit limited because of that big plastic effect piece that we've got. No butterfly joints or drop down hips or anything like that, although the WWE line does have that in the Ultimate Edition wave, but this being the Elite Edition does not have the extra articulation, but I think it looks great. I think this looks as good of a crossover as you could ever imagine. The Ultimate Warrior and Blanka. It just makes so much sense. And here we have the Rey Mysterio as Ryu, and this is such a beautiful figure. I love this. I love Rey Mysterio. I've got a ton of Rey Mysterio figures. This might actually be my favorite. Not even because it's a Street Fighter crossover. it's just so vibrant. The white and red and the black and the way that it all goes together, the color pops, it's got a lot of meaning to it as well. It's a very well made figure. The deco on all of his tattoos and everything is all perfect. Like, I'm so excited to get behind the wheel of this figure and go do some poses and take some photos. So the gi is soft goods, well, at least the top of it is. The bottom part is obviously plastic, and this is where you can see the pinned legs that most of the WWE Elite figures all have, which is a little bit of a shame, but on this one, I don't think it's too egregious. He comes with a set of fisted hands, and he comes with a set of open hands as well. And what's great about these WWE figures now, and this is something that's really only been a thing in the past, what, maybe 2 or 3 years, is you can now swap these heads over very easily. Like, that one, for some reason, that one looks a little bit big on there. I think maybe the body has gotten bigger over the years. But Rey Mysterio is a very swappable character. With that being said, the headband does keep popping out at the back, so I don't know if this is going to be a feature of these figures that's great, or if it's going to be something that kind of plagues them. Because so far, I like the idea, but I'm finding that they pop out a little bit too easily. And in the process of making this video, I have lost that bandana. I'm sure it will show up at some point, but I cannot find it. I have dark carpet, but yeah, I'm not seeing it. Now, he does come with some effect pieces for his hands, and there is unfortunately and also fortunately, a very specific little hole in there for the exact hands that this figure has. So it's good for this figure, but I was hoping to try and repurpose these into the Jada Toys line a little bit. As you can see now, this is Rey Mysterio with his fire hands and his bandana intact on the back there. I like it. I like that more figure lines are doing stuff like this, and I think we can thank Jada Toys for that. I think they really started to normalize adding like extra effect pieces and stuff into action figures more than any other company until recent. I think everybody else has been following Jada Toys' inspiration for that. So I'm going to remove the gi here. That just pops off there, as I'm sure you hopefully just saw. It's just a nice little rubber accessory piece. This soft goods is so good. It's so good, soft goods. The little Rey Mysterio logo there, I don't know how much you could like repurpose this to somebody else with that logo being on there, but it is a fantastic little piece. And once again, in the process of taking it off, the bandana did fall off, but I've put it back on. This is the articulation for Rey Mysterio. No butterfly joints or anything like that. That's, again, more for the Ultimate Edition line. He's got fantastic articulation in the midsection. Oh, it's not too good. It's not too bad, actually. It just popped out again. Double jointed pinned legs, double jointed pinless elbows, and waist, thigh. No boot cut for Rey Mysterio, but he does have articulation in the feet. Speaking of which, do these bad boys pass the Tarantino test?
Tarantino test.
This is the part of the video where I talk about the feet of the action figure because I think it's really important when it comes to posing, and the WWE figures very, very rarely have issues in the feet department unless they're incredibly loose, but these ones are great. They're nice and flat, they're nice and stable. Rey Mysterio's especially nice and flat because he's got a shoe on his foot as opposed to this absolute brute right here. Quentin Tarantino's favorite wrestler right behind Kevin Von Erich.
Tarantino test.
So I love these figures. I think it's a fantastic idea to have a crossover like this. I love when WWE do it. I didn't get any of the Ghostbuster ones. I didn't get any of the Ninja Turtles figures that they did last year. I'm not overly into this kind of thing, but Rey Mysterio as Ryu is something that I just cannot pass up, especially with how good the Jada Toys Street Fighter figures are. Can we just take a moment to talk about that? We've just seen, what is it? Some big time fashion company has paired up with Marvel Legends and Jada Toys to do like an unofficial Marvel vs. Capcom wave of figures. It is wild. And again, Jada Toys, go back like 7 or 8 years, and they were just making those little cars with the little statues next to it, I think. So Jada Toys is making moves with Marvel Legends. The entire Marvel Legends Gamerverse line, I think you can really chalk up to there being an affordable and very deluxe line of Street Fighter figures in retail that people could also buy. I think the people at Hasbro noticed that and said, hey, let's do the other side of this, and it's been a beautiful unofficial union ever since. And now I think we're seeing a little bit of that Jada Toys influence crossover into the WWE line as well. So I love Jada Toys. I think they do an amazing product, and I can't wait to see what they're gonna do for the next line of Street Fighter figures to keep everybody buying them, because I'm not even a Street Fighter fan. I played Mortal Kombat growing up, and I only just started learning about all the Street Fighter characters when the Jada Toys figures came out during COVID, and I started buying them. And now I own, I think, all of them except for a few of the Player 2s. And it's been a great element to my action figure collection. So if you haven't seen my review to the Jada Toys Street Fighter line, go check it out, because I'm in a very good mood in those videos, because I'm just so happy with what I get to review. So my final thoughts are that these look amazing, the box is amazing and everything like that. The one critique that I do have is these new plug-in tassels and headband pieces. They look good when they are on, but if you're trying to do anything with the figure, they very easily come off. From my experience anyway. Let me know in the comments if you've got these figures and if you experience the same kind of thing. But once you get it in a good enough pose and you put it on the shelf, you're not really going to have a problem. But it is a little bit concerning that something as simple as a headband in the back of Rey Mysterio's head doesn't really stay in. So I'm going to bounce, because I can hear thunder and lightning outside, which I assume means that Blanka and the Ultimate Warrior are tag teaming up somewhere in the heavens. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends, ta-ta, and farewell.